Okay, so on the header making, this isn't so bad because, well, everything's kind of open here. It's kind of tight up in there. Let me get a light on the subject so you guys can see what we're looking at. I'm not even sure if I'm going to upload this, but I figure we'll throw a bunch of little videos together and we'll see what happens. So what I do, and like I said, I'm no expert at this, so don't tell me that I'm doing it wrong, because I'm sure I am. Usually try to find the hardest one to do first, which was, on this particular one, was the back one, because there's just not a lot of room. My goal is always to make it so you can get to the spark plugs, at least a little bit. And there's always a lot of room for your spark plug boots. Oop, get my hand out of the way, sorry. But what I do is you get the flange up there, get the flange where you want it. I always try to buy the thickest flange you can buy. This is 1.5 inch tubing I'm using. The thicker the tubing, the better. What I do then is I start on the hard one, and I buy a bunch of these J-bends and U's and stuff like that. And I did buy some just hunks of straight pipe. Focus, there you go. Then I got my bender, and I'm getting used to using this. This I used to make the headers on my Model A, and that worked really sweet. But now I'm trying to use it for making actual headers. I'm sure some of you have seen me do that on this car when I made the headers for this car. That's actually the first time I ever made headers for a car, per se, you know, not some open wheel Model A or, you know, truck or a Chrysler Devon. But this one here is a little more complicated because there's not a lot of room. Because, well, you know, 350 Chevys don't usually go in the trunk of a Pontiac Fiero. So I make one tube at a time. This one's tacked together. Usually I get my degree of how I want it to come out of the header, flange, and tack that and get another pipe that's close, you know, and cut and paste and get it kind of where you want. It's always hard trying to figure out where you want it to end. And because this is going to be open headers, it's going to kind of be like this, give or take. Making sure it clears everything, the wheel clears. I can get my fingers in there. Once I get the first one mocked up and where I want it, then I start the second one. And that was this, you know, this one here. Figuring out on a small block, you know, because you got your two center ones, is always a pain because you gotta leave enough room so the pipe can clear the other pipe. The end two pipes, that's a piece of cake. So with my bender and with the other pieces and stuff, this video is going to be like crap. I can see this right now. Come on, stay focused. I'm moving the camera too fast. So that everything's just tacked together. It's just tacked together. I get everything kind of mocked up. I do have the last pipe done. It's sitting right here. And like I said, it's just tacked together. This one sits in here. Oh, this will be fun doing this with one hand. Something like this, give or take. Alright, now that they're all tacked together, what I'll do is I'll break all the tacks off the flange and then weld all my pipes together, grind them smooth. I don't have a TIG welder. I just seen the comment from a 63 Impala. He's the one that wanted me to do a quick video of this, so that's what this is for. I don't have a TIG welder. I wish I did. I wish I knew how to do it. I just got my MIG, and that's how I've always been doing it, and that seems to be working. You know, I grind a bevel on each pipe before I tack them together, so far so good. I think the oldest set of headers still running around out there are on my 40 Chevy, and they're still doing good. The Chrysler Devon header I made, no idea. Haven't seen that car in forever. I know I did a set in that 39 Buick. Those are still good. I don't remember what else I made, but this will be the first Pontiac Fiero I've ever done. So that's just a quick, you know, how I do it. It's, you know, very backyard, farmer-ish, I'm sure. I'm sure the professionals do not do it this way, but I find this works pretty good. Once I get all the pipes welded individually, then, especially on this particular car, I'll mock them all back up again and get them tacked onto the flange where I want it, And that time I will tack my collector on where I want it and get everything where I kind of want it. And then I usually give a pretty good bead on the 4 pipes in the bottom so nothing wiggles. Get the header back out. That's always a trick. Make sure you make your header so you can get it back out. And then I'll finish welding on the flanges, and I'll show a picture of that or a video when I get that far, but that's just a quick how I do it. Like I said, I'm not a professional at this. And kneeling down all day, I'm getting too old for that, so I need a car hoist. Alright, I gotta get back to work.